I'm delighted to introduce you to our current, brand new inaugural 2024 PADEL champion, Brandon Weir-Smith, who joins us today for this podcast. Sadly, his amazing partner, Karen Hambridge, couldn't make it today, but Brandon and Karen, a mixed team, took some of the toughest competition out on their way to the finals. So Brandon, welcome and thanks so much for joining us. We really, really appreciate it. Tell us from your side how you found our Bryanston Country Club champs. You've played a lot of tournaments and I'd like to know how you felt about that, and also, if you wouldn't mind, telling us a little bit about your background, your history with tennis. I know you were a pro tennis player originally, and then how your journey took you into paddle.
Sure, just thank you so much for having me. It's just so grateful to be a part of the Bryanston Country Club community, first of all. As you just mentioned, I had a background in tennis. Started when I was very young, 5 or 6, picked up a tennis racket and found myself at the age of 12 leaving the country and setting myself up in the United States at Nick Bollettieri Tennis Academy, where I got to obviously be with world star players, Anna Kournikova and Tommy Haas, and a whole bunch of awesome people. And I traveled the world playing tennis for the next 8 years. I got to top 50 in the world juniors. I played Wimbledon and US Open and French and Aussie Open, and really got to experience the world of tennis. I then moved to Chris Evert-Lloyd, her brother was my coach, John Evert, and I eventually ended up in a house with my doubles partner, Marty Fish, Andy Ruddock, and a guy called Bo Hodge. Andy and Marty did really well in their pro career, but I was entrenched in the tennis community and traveling the world. I learned a lot, and that was my tennis career. I then came back, I gave up and stopped playing at the early age of 21, 22, and then didn't touch a racket since. What happened was 2 years ago, through a very good friend of mine, he introduced me to this new game called PADEL. Just as it was booming in this country, I was invited down to another club down the road and started playing PADEL. Obviously, it took me a little while to make the move across from being a tennis player. We try to finish off the points a lot quicker than normal, but ever since then, really been just loving the game of PADEL. Obviously, this last weekend, that's just come and gone so quickly. It was 4 days of just great people, like-minded people, in a great environment, and a great centre. The courts, the facilities, and just being able to play with the members, I thought was awesome. I thought the format that was created on the Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, the round robin stages were exciting. I also found that not often do you find tournaments being so full. Other clubs and other paddle centres find it quite hard to get to the numbers that we pulled, and it was a great job by yourself and obviously Leanne, and being overseen by Aubrey. I thought it was a fantastic coming together of all the paddle members, and it was a wonderful 4 days, obviously accumulating in the Sunday being the round of 16s, the quarters, semis, and then the finals. And we had a great time. It's a pity that Karen can't be here today, but I think she's probably number 1 or number 2 in the country as far as female paddle players are concerned. And so I was just grateful to have a good, strong partner on the juice side assisting me. But it was a wonderful time, and the first one of many to come.
Thank you so much. I feel that the members are actually privileged to have had the opportunity to play people of the caliber of you and Karen. And, personally, we got lucky enough to play you in the quarterfinals. and that was a huge experience. And as I said to everybody who, came off the court, having been whipped by you and Karen, but in the nicest possible way, because I have to admit that you two are both incredible sports. You are wonderful to play against, and although it's a huge learning curve for us mere mortals, it's a pleasure to play you. And from Bruce and mine's perspective, playing you and Karen was just unbelievably special, and a sweet victory to get one game off you.
I think, I really appreciate those words. I think what it's really about is the masses. It's about the normal member that plays a bit of squash, a bit of pickle, a bit of tennis, but they're all migrating over to the paddle section. And what I would like to see in the coming months and the next championships, is there a lot more females coming to play, or a different format of maybe just a female a tournament itself, or a mixed. So I know that there's a couple of high-level paddle players in the country, especially in Joburg. There's a whole bunch of us that are quite strong, but it's more about the normal person that just wants to get out, get their heart rate up, have a good session, an hour with their friends and family, to bring their kids along. And there's a jumping castle, and there's great food, there's nice drinks, and it's the community that I'm really, that's my focus. I think being a part of a club that has been around in Bryanston for so many years, it's bringing the normal person to come and pick up a racket, get a lesson or two, get the foundation set, and then be able to have a good workout for an hour, and a couple of matches once or twice a week. And that's, I think, I'm really looking forward to seeing the growth of the club and the amount of members that are coming to join us during the week, booking their courts in advance, and hopefully in the near future we could have one or two further courts that are being built, and really just going from strength to strength. I'm really looking forward to seeing where this ends,
Well, Brandon, we are just so very, very delighted that you are part of our BCC paddle community. You're a huge asset to us, and thank you so much for entering the champs in the spirit that you did. And we are very, very proud of you, and delighted that you're our 2024 inaugural Open Paddle champion. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Sue. Thank you.